So one of the most important factors to success in flight school is being prepared. And one of the best ways that you can be prepared is by having the items that you need to fly before you actually start flight school. So you won't have to go over the list with your instructor and actually, have these things in advance. So in this video, we're going to be going over these things. So the first thing that I want to cover in this video would be the headsets. Now there's a wide range of headsets that you can actually get. This is the Rugged Radios headset. This is about $60 on Amazon. There will be a link in the description. Pretty solid headset. Got me through about my entire private rating, and honestly, I'd still use it now if I didn't have the A20s. But pretty good headset. There's adjustable volume on the side, and you always just want to make sure that your headset has some type of noise canceling, whether it just be within the foam at the top or any kind of noise hearing protection that you want to have. Just make sure that they're good. Read the reviews. The second type of headset that you could get, it's on a bit of the higher end of things, but it is a complete game changer, is the Bose A20. Again, this is just like a complete game changer. Very good noise canceling, super good audio. It's adjustable. It has even Bluetooth. You can link it to your phone and listen to music while you're flying by yourself. Just an all-around really good headset. This goes for about $1,100, but Bose is actually releasing a new headset, I think, pretty soon. So the prices on these might drop soon. So yeah, links for both this and the Rugged Air will be in the description down below. Definitely make sure you have a good quality headset before you actually start your training. You do not want to use the ones that most flight schools have. They are super old and they're gonna break and hurt your head. Just make sure you get this out of the way too. The second thing that I think that's super important, it's just a very useful tool for pilots to use, is the E6B. Now, learning how to use that paper E6B with the circle thing, yeah, it's useful if you don't have something like this. This is actually approved. This is the ASA CX3 flight computer. ASA, super good company. They make a lot of useful things. I actually have a couple more other stuff back there that we'll be looking at. They make super good flight computers. You can calculate everything with this. You could do fuel calculations. For the instrument students, you can calculate holds on this thing, and every question on the FAA written that involves you making a calculation, this can solve for you. So it's a super good tool, not only for flight planning, but also for taking your FAA writtens, making them a little bit more easy. And you can get these for about $60 used on, eBay, OfferUp, whatever you buy on. They're pretty expensive getting them new, so I recommend buying used, but yeah, pretty good tool here too. The next thing that I would definitely recommend getting, these go kind of hand in hand with each other, is a good kneeboard. This is, again, the ASA kneeboard. Super big fan of these, which carries into the next thing that we'll be looking at. But yeah, they has a really good reference point here for all your VFR altitudes, crosswind component calculator. And it also has, a lot of other visual aids and references for if you're in an emergency or forgetting things, you can look at this and it's super good. And the reason that that's super important goes with hand in hand with your EFB. Now, whatever EFB, I know there's a lot of different types of ones that people like to use. I use Foreflight, tried and true. Very, very good software to be going off of here. And it makes it just simple. If you buy some of the pro features, it actually makes some of the harder concepts and instrument training a lot easier. So yeah, Foreflight, definitely a very good EFB. They have a lot of visual aids too, like for certain clearances and stuff, you're writing them down. There's scratch pads, there's features that help you get the weather and all this different kinds of stuff. So that's kind of both. And you'd want to get one of these with a cellular connection with GPS. You can actually see the plane on the chart and it does a lot of the hard work already for you. So you can, understand it, but you can have this as a good reference to work off of as well. So the second to last item that I have is actually a logbook. This is a super, super, super important tool that you'll be using throughout your flight training. It is basically the only legal proof that you'll have of all of your flight hours. You really want to keep good track of this thing because it is a very, very important thing that you'll have. I've heard stories of people losing these when they're at 500-600 hours, and there are some ways you can prove that you have the hours, but not many. So definitely want to get one of these, and once you get it, keep it. You can also write some of your important information on these as well, like your IACRA information or your FTN, all the different kinds of stuff, your passwords, anything involving our aviation you'd want to have in this too. Having a logbook is another important thing, so you can log your hours after your first flights. And last but not least, this is just more of a personal thing. You don't have to have this on board with you, but a notebook. Batteries die, technology malfunctions, and if, stuff hits the fan, you want to at least have something that you can use to copy down information. So having a notebook or a pen that you can use to copy down instructions on the fly, if you're in an emergency, you have to get instructions on where to land, where to go, what to do. Having a notebook, never gonna die of battery loss. So 100% a really good tool to be using as well. And that's about everything that you're going to need before you start flight school. There are a couple other things that you can get. There are some other things that will actually hold your EFB in place, your iPad in place. But that's everything that I use in my flight bag. That's been my setup for about 1.5 years now. And it's been doing me pretty well. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys soon.